we got to talk about first the TikTok China ban. If you aren't paying attention or you've been under a rock, TikTok, which has been exploding in the US, got about 120 million users, has really changed the landscape of social media, is now facing a full-on ban in Europe. It's facing a full-on ban in America and Canada now. And this seems to be inevitable. I'm going to get into a few other issues with TikTok first, but first, TikTok's been going through a lot of changes as the ad products rolled out. They've been really trying to scale in the US. Lots of creators are now, I'm potentially one of them, are increasingly frustrated with the app. I have nearly 1 million followers, and what you've noticed over maybe the last 12 months is there's just a slow degradation of the channel in terms of being able to get views, tried and true content not going as far, and more importantly, their community guidelines have choked the creators to a point where very G-rated creators that I know are abandoning the platform because they just can't rely on the app. There's just a full-on loss of trust with it. And I think as they're triggering new creators to have their moments, there's just less and less inventory, and usage has really slowed down in the US, probably because of all the negative press, possibly just because people are now back out and living their normal lives. We're not just staring on TikTok. And even though it's really strong, it's just struggling to go through its growth phase, and as ad products take up more of the inventory, creators are having a tougher time. But really their community guidelines has been notoriously way too aggressive and flagging content that's not even in the realm of should be being flagged. And on the flip side of that, as being in the agency world, TikTok, with all of our clients and most of our reps, have been horrible in terms of customer service. They don't get back to you, they don't email you, there's no true leadership, they keep swapping out. It seems like there's a lot going on behind the scenes. It could be related to the ban and the unstableness of the company, but it's really struggling on all sides of the front to gain some traction and getting back the positivity within the people working with the ad products, and then people as creators are getting more and more frustrated. That being said, it still has tremendous opportunity, but going back to the ban, I think there's a pretty good chance now that this is going to go full-on ban or fire sale. It doesn't look like there's any slowing down of it, and I think really the weight of the people is the only thing stopping this, and I think that's what stopped it in 2020. It was sort of pandemic, we needed it. The China-US relations weren't as toxic, but it's going to be very interesting to see what can stop this. I'm sure Meta, Google, and all the other social networks owned by America are pushing for this because it's really eliminating competition, which does totally suck. And TikTok is the best platform in terms of creating content. And while there's a lot more to talk about in this, about competitors, new competitors coming in the space, I do think that this is a time for, if you're a social media manager, if you're a client, to be wary of your spend there, how much you want to invest in the channel until some of this news goes out. So keep steady if you can, if you feel comfortable right now, until we get a little deeper clarity on what's going to happen. I do think within the year, you're going to have more direction on if this is getting sold or there's going to be a full-out ban. So lots going on in TikTok. I think they really, really have to get their shit together, really, is the way I would say it. And they need to ease up on the community guidelines, pay more attention to what's going on there, and then they need to focus on getting the creators and advertisers better overall customer service.